What is up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, where today I'm getting very personal and filming this highly requested video about how I came out to my parents. I know a lot of you guys are expecting a different story, but I thought it was only right that I filmed this video first because technically this was the first time I ever came out to my parents, and though it's not the best story, it is an experience I lived, and it's made me a better person for it, and things have gotten so much better since. But it wasn't always like that, and I feel like it needs to be shared so you guys can know that it's not always just rainbows and butterflies. So with that being said, I'm just gonna jump right into it. I want to make a little disclaimer before I go on to tell the story about the way I'm telling the story is how I lived it. So, meaning it is in my past, I will be referring to myself as if I was still in my past simply because that is how I lived it. And that does not give you guys the right to use any of the terms I use to me now, because that was in my past. I don't associate with none of it, and I just hope that you guys are kind and understanding. And it would mean a lot if you guys just didn't trigger me, because that is the worst thing. I'm already fucking triggering myself. But for the sake of the story, I'm doing it this way, and I've decided to, and I've contemplated not doing it, but I don't want to lose you guys and just, have you guys be like, wait, what the hell, like, if you guys come across this video, I want you guys to know that I'm trans, and so, hence, this story being the way it is. Just bear with me, doing the best I can. Thank you. Alright, so it was 2011, and I was a 7th grader. I was very awkward and shy and just kept to myself when I then unexpectedly started dating my first girlfriend, and I was very, very happy. I wanted to share it with everybody, and so I did. I told my sister, who was an 8th grader at the same school, and she was really cool about it. She was like super supportive and encouraged me to come out to my parents. So I think I went home that same day, and at night I pulled my mom aside. I was on MySpace. I made my mom sit down next to me, and I didn't know how to go about it, so I kind of just pulled up a picture of the girl I was dating, and I asked her like what she thought about her, and my mom was like super confused. She was like, what, like, why are you asking me this? Like, I don't know this girl. And then it finally clicked to her, and that's when she started to get like a little feisty and was just like, she was just like, oh, I'm a girl, like, I can't be checking out girls. And then she asked me, she was like, oh, like, are you attracted to girls? But she was using like slurs and stuff, and I was just like, oh man, like, this is not good. And I thought it would make it better if I kind of just said I was bisexual, which at that time I wasn't really sure. Like, I had dated boys before, and this was my first girlfriend, so I was just like, okay, I think I'm bisexual. So that didn't make it any better, because then she just went on to tell me how I was wrong because I was a girl and I couldn't be attracted to girls and boys, so I could only be attracted to boys, and it's just not good. So I just wanted it to be over, and I just told her that it was a school day and I had to go take a shower for tomorrow because I had school. And then she was just like very skeptical about everything, and she didn't, besides the lecture that she had already given me, she just kind of, okay, whatever. I thought it was over, and so I went to take a shower and I bawled my eyes out because I was like, oh man, like, it wasn't good. I thought she would be happy for me, and she wasn't, and so I thought it was over. I thought we weren't gonna talk about it anymore. And then I got out of the shower, I went to the room, and my 4 sisters were there with my mom, and that's when it all like went extremely bad, because my mom had already talked to them and like turned them against me, and I didn't get to like say my side to them, but everybody was just mad, and they were all taking my mom's side, of course. So I just heard like a big lecture, about how I was going to hell. My mom was raised in like a very strict Mexican household, and my mom is also very Mexican and religious. So it didn't help at all because she wasn't educated on the LGBTQ community, and there was just like a horrible stigma that was passed on to her. And I wasn't even around like LGBTQ people at all, so I wasn't really know. I was just like discovering my sexual orientation, and so it was very hard to go through that because I was hearing from my mom, how I was going through hell. I was going to hell, and I was living through hell at that point, right there and then. So, she was just giving me a whole lecture. She threatened me to go to the school and get the girl I was dating suspended, and I was scared and I didn't know what to do, so I was just quiet, bawling my eyes out, like not saying anything but bawling my eyes out. And so then, I don't know, somebody hit me, and everybody just hit me, and then I don't remember, it wasn't intensely to the point where like I was bruised like physically, like there was physical evidence, but I definitely did get a couple good punches from people. And I do remember vividly though, my mom slapped me across the face like multiple times, and she was giving me a big ass lecture. I'm not gonna use the slur she used, of course, but it was not something that you forget overnight, to this day. Like, you still kind of, it still hurts to think about, everything that was said, something that can't be taken back. And so it was finally over, or I thought, and my mom, just everybody just went to sleep that day, and I think she went downstairs after that whole thing happened. She talked to my dad, and my dad was kind of up to speed, but he always just like, he didn't really say much. But when he did see me though, he like looked at me very disappointed, and it sucked. I wasn't really close to any of my siblings or my mom and my dad, but it still, like, after that, it just made me like shut down and not. I started to be very angry, and I went to school the next day. I pretended like everything was fine. I didn't end the relationship with that girl, even though my mom had threatened me to. Like, the girl even talked to me, and I did tell her a little bit of what had happened, and I kept like the super bad things from her, and she was like, like, her grandparents weren't super accepting either, but she said it was okay, and that she still wanted to be with me, I guess. And so we kept the relationship away from my family, and it was hard to be living like two lives because at school I had to be happy, and at home it wasn't something that was talked about ever again. Kind of, there was a couple like slips throughout the following years where my mom did find out I was dating like another girl, and it still just wasn't good. So after that, I just like kept everything extremely like hidden, and I was so angry, and just I was growing up, but I didn't have the support of my family like I wanted to, and so it was something that I had to learn to just kind of carry myself through the bad things, and just my emotional, like, I was very I was very angry all the time towards everything, and it was hard on me. Didn't make it any easier that I had to be around people at school and pretend like everything was fine when I was really just miserable at home. So my first time ever coming out to my parents was not a good experience, even though it was just like about my sexual orientation. And even then, I was just like testing the waters, really, because after that I really stayed away from dating guys. I think the last time I dated a guy was in 8th grade. So, and even then I wasn't really like attracted to them, or I was more of like, still, it was like my last shot at actually just giving guys a chance, I guess, trying to see if I was only attracted to girls. And I feel bad for them, but because I did didn't treat the guys the best, but yeah, it wasn't a fun and fresh time. It was not a good experience. It was something that really affected the following years in my life, and things have gotten a lot better. So it's a long way from where it all started. So it does get better for anybody out there who is, lacking support and just questioning everything. It does get better. It got better for me. It doesn't matter. Just always remember that it doesn't matter if your blood family doesn't support you. I feel like I got through it not just from carrying myself through, all the years, but because along the way I met a lot of amazing people who accepted me and didn't question me or wanted to change me. They just accepted me for who I was, and that was really amazing. And I want to thank everybody. If you're watching this and you ever cross paths with me and it somehow impacted my life, thank you, because I really wouldn't be here if it weren't for all the people that kept me going, whether they knew it or not. Thank you. You guys really, pushed me to keep going. I'm at a much better place in my life now, and I have a super amazing support system. So let's end it there. This was part 1 to my coming out story, because as you guys may know, I came out to them again, and so I'm gonna be telling that story, and that'll be a much better story for you guys to hear on the next video. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave a question about anything you guys want to know. I think I might make a video with my mom if she's up for it. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. It'll be interesting to get her side of things, and just stay tuned for all that, because I have a lot of videos coming. But yeah, let's end it here. See you guys on the next video.